Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
17 News at Sunrise begins with breaking news.
Good morning, I'm Alex Fisher. It is 5 a.m. and we begin this morning with breaking news of a mass shooting in Bakersfield. 17's Taylor Schaub joins us live with more. Taylor?
Well, good morning, Alex. It was a tragic start to this morning for 5 victims here as officers responded to reports of a shooting on the 900 block of West Columbus. I'm going to step out of the shot right now to give you guys a live look at the situation. Here's what we know. Again, 5 people were shot at the Santa Rosa apartment complex. Shooter appears to have shot from the outside here. That's according to BPD. There's a total of about 20 to 30 shots fired. 2 adult males, 18 years old, were shot, as well as 3 17-year-olds. That's right, 3 teenagers, 2 females, 1 male. All of those victims were taken to the hospital. 4 of them right now in stable condition, while 1 is in critical condition. BPD is still on the scene right now. There is shell casings from the rifle that they have found here on scene. No word yet on the shooter or what the motive was, but we do know that they shot from the outside. Again, West Columbus to 40th Street is blocked off right now. We're going to have continuing updates throughout the morning here on 17 News at Sunrise, but I'm going to throw it back to the studio now.
All right, Taylor, thanks so much. All right, let's take a look at your forecast because as you just saw in that live shot from Taylor, the rain is starting to fall across Kern County. Kev?
Good morning, Alex. Yes, we are seeing a little bit of rain around Kern County. It was a beautiful weekend, but yes, there are some showers out there. That is going to be the case as we go throughout our Monday here. Some areas may get some heavier showers than others. This is not a big, widespread, big rain event, but definitely going to pick up a little bit of rain around the area. Let's show you the satellite and radar right now, and you can see these pockets of showers around the area, mainly just east of Lost Hills, and you can see a few of these moving through parts of the Bakersfield area as we speak, and then between Buttonwillow and Taft. So we are seeing the showers. They're just spotty at this time. Now, as we take a look at the overall forecast, we're starting out at 63 this morning, a north-northwest wind at 10 miles per hour, so mild on the temperatures. And you can see throughout the day, we'll have a chance of showers in there. We'll really start to pull things back by noon, and temperatures are expected into the 70s this afternoon. Take a look at Tehachapi, 52 degrees right now, under a calm wind. Visibility is great, and we do have some watches and warnings, and you can see out to the west side of the valley a wind advisory until 5 a.m. tomorrow, and then we have a winter weather advisory up in the Kern River Valley above 7,000 feet where we could get some light snow up that way, and that is due to expire Tuesday at 5 a.m. Lake Isabel, you're not looking at snow. As we take a look at the mountain forecast today, a chance of showers pretty much all day, and temperatures expected to be into the 50s. So how long will all this last around Kern County? I'll have much more coming your way in just a little bit. We'll send it back to you for now.
All right, Kev, thanks so much. It is 5:03 now, and in just a few hours, we're expecting a live update from Kern public health officials, but we want to show you the latest numbers as of now. 42 new cases of COVID-19 were reported yesterday. That brings our total to 1,515. Kern's death toll stands at 25. Roughly half of those deaths are from the Kingston Healthcare Center. However, 969 people have recovered from the virus. That's more than 12,000, and then more than 12,000 tests for COVID-19 have come back negative. More than 1,600 tests are pending, but officials believe many are negative tests that just haven't been confirmed yet.
Target has confirmed that 2 employees at its location on Ming Avenue have tested positive for coronavirus. The company says the 2 employees went into quarantine and are following health department guidelines. They were placed on leave, and the company said the store was deep cleaned once the cases were confirmed. Target adds they are providing store employees with masks, gloves, and thermometers, and installing partitions at checkout lanes, as well as practicing social distancing. In a statement, Target said, "We're paying these team members while they're on leave, and our thoughts are with them during this challenging time."
Free coronavirus testing is now available in Oildale as well as several areas of Kern County. Hospital leaders joined local officials to open the new testing site at Good Samaritan Hospital over the weekend. It is the only free drive-through site in Oildale. This location is operated through a partnership with Good Samaritan Hospital and Kern County. It's one of several new free sites to start operating recently. And even more are planned to open this coming week. The county website, kerncounty.com, has a list of these sites.
Starting today, the county says it will begin the process of reopening certain county facilities and services. That's according to Kern Public Health's briefing last Thursday. Until now, only essential county staff remained on the job. The county says this transition is expected to take several weeks. Each department will have to have a worksite plan in place before it's allowed to reopen. It's unclear which services and facilities will open first.
The Kern County Board of Supervisors is set to meet tomorrow to discuss financial assistance for small businesses in the wake of the economic crisis during the COVID-19 pandemic. During this week's meeting, the Kern County Board of Supervisors will consider approving several steps to cut costs as the county says revenue losses could hit between $39 and $72 million this fiscal year. Actions the board will consider approving will include a hiring freeze and a freeze of all promotions. The county says the recommended actions are based on assumptions that the impact from COVID-19 will have a limited recovery period. More cuts could be necessary in the future. Happening today, Governor Gavin Newsom will hold a live news conference giving an update on the coronavirus pandemic here in California. Today, he'll be in Napa Valley. The wine and tourism industries have been hit especially hard by the financial impact of COVID-19. Napa and Delano counties have asked the governor for permission to reopen. Newsom says the state recently had a more than $20 billion surplus, and now because of COVID-19, it's facing more than $54 billion of a deficit. He's calling on federal officials to pass the HEROES Act, the $3 trillion spending bill, which passed the House and is now being considered in the Senate. Republicans are calling the bill dead on arrival. Kern County has made a similar plea to the governor to reopen. County CAO Ryan Alsop released a letter saying the chief medical officers and CEOs of Kern's 10 acute care hospitals unanimously believe Kern can safely speed up the process. The letter asked the state to reconsider the criteria and judge Kern on how severe the illnesses actually are. Alsop says Kern is able to handle the virus without its healthcare system being overwhelmed. Plus, many of the county's deaths are from a single nursing facility, Kingston Healthcare Center. And 49 states now have lifted at least a few restrictions and allowed select businesses to reopen. And that is the subject of today's interactive feedback poll. We're asking you, should you be required to have a negative test before returning to work? You can call or text us at 661-888-4617. Press 1 if you think all workers should test negative before going back on the job, 2 if not. You can also text, tweet, email, or Facebook your comments. Once again, our interactive feedback phone line is 661-888-4617. And coming up at 5:30, we'll have a look at the results and some of your comments. It is 5:08 now, and in your 17 Crime Watch, Bakersfield police are investigating a shooting that left a man wounded. Officers received a call about shots fired in the area of San Dimas Street and 30th Street just after 10 o'clock last night. Police say a man arrived at Memorial Hospital with gunshot wounds. He was seriously hurt. Police are now searching for a suspect. He's described as a Hispanic man in his 40s with a short and stocky build with several tattoos. If you've seen him or have any information on the shooting, call police at 327-7111.
The California Highway Patrol says one person was killed in a crash involving a car and a semi-truck. It happened around 5:30 yesterday at Copus and Old River Roads. If officers say a sedan ran a stop sign and hit a semi-truck, the impact killed one person.
The right side correction of the Subaru contacted the front of the big rig. As a result of the collision, one party in the Subaru was pronounced dead at the scene.
2 other people suffered minor injuries.
Delano police say they have arrested a 33-year-old man on suspicion of raping a 14-year-old girl. Officials say the department began its investigation on May 12th. They identified Jermaine Franklin Porter as a suspect. On Friday, Delano police say they tracked Porter to an area near Avenue 8 and Road 192. They say Porter tried to escape officers by running into nearby orchards, but he was quickly caught. Porter faces multiple felonies, including rape and sexual assault.
Bakersfield police say the search for a stolen truck in East Bakersfield led them to a convicted felon sitting in the driver's seat with a loaded gun. Officers were called to the corner of Clifton and Texas streets on Saturday for a reported stolen 2021 Chevy Equinox. Police say they found 34-year-old Clement Rhodes holding a loaded gun with a high-capacity magazine. Police say he is a felon on probation and not supposed to have a gun. He faces several charges, including possession of a stolen vehicle.
Your time now is 5:10, and this morning we're recognizing 2 teens in our weekly senior send-off.
They excelled in football, track, and baseball, and now business. We'll show you their new venture that grew out of the pandemic.
Senior Sendoff is proudly supported by San Joaquin Construction Services.
Welcome back. Your time now is 5:19. So many Golden Empire seniors had their sporting careers or sporting seasons cut short due to the pandemic. So KGET and San Joaquin Construction Services decided to team up and recognize our local student athletes. In today's installment of Senior Send-Off, 17's Taylor Schaub introduces you to Randy Raymond and Brody Holthouse, 2 BCHS students, proving that not even a pandemic can cancel their friendship.
Randy Raymond and Brody Holthouse have been best friends since freshman year.
We've been going good for 4 years and I want it to end.
They have a lot in common. Both key pieces on BCHS's dominant title teams and stars in track and baseball respectively.
It was a brotherhood.
It almost seemed fitting that their high school journey would end with a championship and then a pair of strong spring seasons. But life, as we know, isn't always fair.
Bakersfield Christian has announced they have canceled on-campus classes. There's no word on when on-campus classes will resume.
You always say you hate school, you don't want to be at school, but then when the reality hits that you don't get to go to school anymore. All of a sudden it's just taken out of your hands and you have absolutely no say. It's a terrible feeling. It's just gut-wrenching.
But one day, while doing yard work at his grandma's house, he got an idea.
Instead of sitting at home during the stay-at-home order, Randy and Brody decided to start their own company, taking other people's trash to the dump.
I looked at Brody and I go, we can make a business out of this. And he goes, yeah. And then after that, it just took off.
A real business with real employees.
Yeah. So now I have all my buddies helping me, and it's been 2 or 3 loads a day for the past 2 to 3 weeks. It's just been boom, 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 boom.
All run with his best friend by his side.
It's been super fun because you get to work with your best friend all day.
So as these 2 high schoolers embark on their next chapter, Raymond a scholarship for track, Holthouse for baseball, they'll always remember this time with a sense of loss, yes, but an even greater sense of accomplishment.
I'm gonna remember being able to have a positive outlook on things and being able to just push through it and, do everything I possibly could to keep myself going and better myself.
And if you have a senior, a student athlete you'd like to recognize, let us know and we'll try to honor them. Well, even without a physical graduation ceremony, seniors are finding a way to celebrate. Take a look. Students from South High are passing the tassel. Students filmed these videos at their own homes, then someone put all of the clips together. It was a fun and clever way to get students involved without anyone actually being together at school. 5:22 is the time now, and United Way of Kern County wants to help those most vulnerable during the pandemic, so it started its helpkern.org fund project. It will offer financial assistance to impacted people and families. People in need are asked to send in an application to potentially receive up to $1,000. Community-based organizations can get up to $50,000 when they send in an application, but you better hurry because the deadline to apply is this morning at 11 at unitedwaykern.org. Time now is 5:23. They've proven themselves essential during this time, and now some grocery workers are getting a thank you right where most need it, in the bank account. The chain offering bonuses to its employees next.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Welcome back. Happening today, President Trump is hosting a roundtable for the restaurant industry officials to discuss the impact of the coronavirus. A source familiar with the meeting says chefs and executives are among those expected to attend, along with the Independent Restaurant Coalition. The organization has shown concern about the Paycheck Protection Program that will likely be brought up during the roundtable discussion. Ford is reopening some of its factories later today, and it's providing coronavirus testing for workers who show symptoms. The company is inviting back about 12,000 employees to resume production in North America. Workers in Michigan, Kentucky, Missouri, and Illinois who show symptoms will get tested. If someone tests positive, Ford plans to ask those who interacted with that person to self-isolate for 14 days. The car maker also says it will check temperatures and make employees wear masks. Kroger will be spending $130 million to say thank you to its employees for working during this pandemic. The company announced on Friday that the one-time payment to its workers is to acknowledge their dedication during this unprecedented time. As part of the thank you pay, full-time employees will receive an extra $400, while part-time associates will get half that. The news comes after the company handed out hero bonuses during the months of April and May. Krispy Kreme has a treat for graduating seniors: free donuts. The shops are offering this 2020 graduation dozen. Half the donuts have the number 2 in icing, while the others look like zeros, so together they spell out the year 2020. Krispy Kreme is selling the sweets now through May 24th. High school and college grads who can prove they're seniors can get a free box tomorrow.
Making news around the nation this morning, 1.5 million cases and more than 90,000 deaths. That's where we are this morning in the fight against COVID-19.
Almost every state is open for business today at some level. Tracy Potts has more.
Maddie and Alex, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Health experts say reopening carefully is necessary, but reopening without social distancing could be dangerous. The sound of America reopening, NASCAR with empty stands.
I'm definitely glad NASCAR's back.
As of today, 49 states, everyone but Connecticut, reopens to some degree.
We're going to see not shaking hands for a while. We're going to see using hand sanitizer a lot.
This week, the Senate considers a $3 trillion coronavirus stimulus, including another round of $1,200 checks to Americans. Republicans say it's DOA.
This pandemic is full.
Meantime, President Trump is responding to President Obama's criticism of how he's handled the crisis.
An incompetent president, that's all I can say, grossly incompetent.
The president's top trade advisor blames the CDC.
Not only did they keep the testing within the bureaucracy, they had a bad test, and that did set us back.
Dr. Rick Bright, the ousted vaccine chief who filed a whistleblower complaint, is telling his story on 60 Minutes.
I believe my last-ditch effort to protect Americans from that drug was the final straw that they used and believed was essential to push me out.
President Trump calls him a fake whistleblower, a disgruntled employee who supports Democrats, fabricates stories, and spews lies. Health experts are predicting 110,000 deaths from COVID-19 by mid-June. I'm Tracy Potts, 17 News.